How's it going? In today's video, I will be teaching you all the essential operations of the Casio PX-S3000 digital piano that comes with arranger functionality. The very basic thing that you want to be able to do is to select your voices. You want to make sure that tone is lit up. If tone is not lit up, you can use this multifunctional button here with a little arrow down. And if you press that multiple times, you can see that it will change to various features. You want to make sure that tone is selected. From here, you have to select the category of the tones that you want. If you want a piano voice, then you make sure that you select this piano category, and on screen, it will show all the piano voices that can be found in that category. And to move the voices in the category, you will use the plus and minus button. You can either hit it a couple of times to move slowly. If you want to move it faster, just press and hold it, and this applies for all the other functions as well. If you hold it, it will just scroll through quicker. So in this case, we just want a very basic grand piano. The next feature I want to teach you is how to layer dual voices. In this instance, you would go to this multifunctional button here, press it a couple of times until it shows control. So now we are in the control mode. And if you look at the last icon here, it says layer. And when you press this button, look at what happens on screen. The word LY would show up. These shows that you are in layer mode. And now when you go back to the tone, there will be a U2 icon right on top. This is showing you that the second tone in your layer is actually the warm strings. And to change that in the same way, you just select the category that you want. And then you use the plus and minus button to change to the specific voice that you want. And now you will have two voices when you play. The next essential operation you want to know is how to select a rhythm to play along with. In the same manner, you would press this button over here until the word rhythm is lit up. Over here, you would see all the various categories of the rhythm available to you. Assuming you want a bossa nova, which is found in the Latin section, you just have to press this and you would have your bossa nova. You can also use your plus and minus button to select various different bossa nova. And with this rhythm selected and you press your start button, it will start the rhythm. And press once more to stop the rhythm. Now that you have learned how to select your main voice, your dual voice, as well as a rhythm to play along with, you need to learn how to balance the volume between your different parts of your playing. And to do that, you need to go into the function button. You want to press and hold. This icon is telling you to press and hold. So if you press and hold, you would enter into this menu which says function. And the specific sub-menu you want to get into by using the arrow keys is the one that says keyboard. And once you have keyboard selected, you can press enter to go into a further sub-menu. And then you use the arrow keys until you find the word part volume. Once you have found part volume, you press enter. And here you can configure how loud or how soft you want your upper one and your upper two voices to be. So assuming you want your upper one to be loudest maximum, so you make sure upper one is selected, press enter. And here is the volume that the upper one is at. 127 is the loudest. You cannot go any louder. Once you've done that, you can exit by pressing this exit button here. And then you would go and select upper two part. Press enter to enter into the sub-menu. And from here, you can adjust how loud or how soft you want your this dual voice layer to be. So I want my strings to be a bit louder, so I'm going to put it to about 60. You can also press and hold so that it moves faster. Now when I press chord here, now I'm going to teach you how to adjust the accompaniment volume. If you find the rhythm or the accompaniment too loud, this is what you need to do. Press and hold function, to enter into the function menu. Move your right or left arrow keys until you get to the part that says Accompaniment. Once you have this on, you press enter. And here you have your accompaniment volume, which also refers to the rhythm volume. And you press enter once more. And you can also set how loud or how soft you want the rhythm to be. So earlier on, that bossa nova beat was really loud. So now, if you listen to it at a much reduced volume, it is significantly softer. One of the other functions that you want to know how to do is to adjust how fast or how slow your rhythm is. And you use the tempo button. You press this and the screen would say tempo. And you can use the plus and minus button to increase or decrease how fast your rhythm is going to be. And once you have set your tempo, you can just press exit to get back to your main screen. You can play your Casio PX-S3000 in two different modes. We have the rhythm mode and the accompaniment mode. What is the difference? The difference is that in the rhythm mode, it will only play a rhythm and there will be no accompaniment with it. No backing track. If you press start and stop, you can hear it's just percussion. However, if you switch to the accompaniment mode by pressing this little light here, it is now in accompaniment mode. In accompaniment mode, when you press start and you play a chord on the left side of your keyboard, a backing track will be generated based on the chord that you input. This is only possible if you are in the accompaniment mode. Once you switch to the rhythm mode here, you will realize that your chord input makes no difference. There is no accompaniment pattern that is backing you up. Now I will teach you a couple of features and functionalities associated with the accompaniment mode that you will find very useful. Do you want to learn to play the keyboard with chords like this? I have a proven step-by-step course designed for Yamaha, Casio, and Korg keyboards that will help you to do that. At the end of this course, I will teach you everything you need to know to just open up a music book and start playing your favorite tunes with lush accompaniment rhythms with minimal effort. I will teach you to read music, play chords, and use the different sounds and rhythms on your keyboard. Check out the links in the description below for more information. So ensure you are in the accompaniment mode if you're not already in there. And this is the mode that we want to look at, which is the synchro. Synchro start, if you press that, you will see these two lights above the start stop that is blinking. Nothing is happening and nothing will happen until you play a chord. So if you don't play a chord, the rhythm will not start. The minute you play a chord, the rhythm will start with the accompaniment. You can also use the synchro start in conjunction with your intro. Now, let's say we trigger the synchro, it is blinking to indicate you are in synchro start mode, and you press intro. Now, when you play a chord, it will trigger the intro associated with that pattern, that rhythm accompaniment that you have selected. After the intro plays, you would be in the normal variation of the rhythm, which is the less busy option. And this is also a fill-in trigger button. If you press this, it will do a little drum roll. And you can also go to the busier variation of the rhythm by pressing this variation button. You can hear that there are more instruments in the background right now. And if you press it again, it will also be a different fill-in. So you can use this to make your arrangement more interesting by triggering a fill-in and going to a different variation. Triggering a fill-in, going to a different variation. And once you're done, you can either stop the rhythm by pressing stop, or you can just press this button, and because a rhythm is already running, it will function as an ending. So when you press that, you will hear an ending being played by the accompaniment. Now that you have spent all the time to set up your voices, your rhythm, your tempo in the way that you want for a specific song, you want to make sure that it is available for easy and quick recall, and you can do that by making use of the registration user preset feature on the Casio PX-S3000. And to go into this feature, you have to press this button until the word REG, which is the short form for registration, is lit up. And on here, you can see a couple of buttons here. This is the bank button where you will press to choose which bank you want to select right now. So assuming you want to store all your user settings for this particular song into bank number 4 and button number 3, all you need to do is press and hold the store button here and press number 3 and have a look at the screen. When I press that, it will ask if you want to store the setting into bank 4, button number 3, and you just have to reply yes by pressing the plus button. And when it's done, even after you switch off the Casio PX-S3000 or you switch to any other sounds, you can retrieve this registration by simply ensuring that you are in the right bank. So go to your bank 4 if you're not already in bank 4 and select button number 3. In this case, they call it area 3. Bank 4, area 3. And the earlier sounds that we have already set up, which is piano and strings, as well as a bossa nova rhythm, is all ready for instant recall and playback.